Keep my wife's name out your mouth!
From shocking scandals to jaw-dropping controversies, some of our favorite stars found themselves plummeting from grace faster than a shooting star. Get ready to dive into the wild roller coaster of celebs who ruined their careers in 2023, where the glitz and glamour collided head-on with scandalous twists that left Hollywood reeling. Lizzo's plot twist in 2023 was definitely not on our radar. From snagging 4 Grammys to being the ultimate inspiration for all the big girls out there, she was riding high. But then, boom, her reputation as the beacon of body positivity got a major reality check. 3 of her former dancers, Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez, slammed her with a lawsuit.
Was I brought into a private meeting where I was kind of interrogated about my personal matters?
Alleging sexual harassment and a toxic work vibe. Shocking, right? These accusations hit hard, especially since Lizzo's always been the poster girl for body acceptance. The lawsuit's a roller coaster. Claims of making one dancer touch a nude performer at a bar in Amsterdam and putting the crew through a brutal audition, all while falsely accusing them of boozing on the clock. Plus, it gets worse. Allegations that the black dancers were treated differently from the rest of the crew. Lizzo, in classic fashion, hit back on Insta, calling the aftermath gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. She fired back, labeling the allegations as sensationalized stories and outright outrageous. But you know how it goes. Only time will reveal whether these are just wild rumors. Jada Pinkett Smith. The 2022 Oscars caused a stir with Will Smith and Chris Rock, but what about Jada? Some felt for her during the drama, but her 2023 memoir, Worthy, didn't quite win hearts. Sure, there were some heartfelt moments that shed light on Pinkett Smith, but the book veered into oversharing territory, especially about her marriage. Turns out they split in 2016, and she hinted that the slap incident oddly strengthened their bond. Instead of showing us a complex, relatable Jada, she kind of played into the gossip mill.
Put myself in that frame of mind, and I just bring myself a level of discomfort that's not necessary.
How can we stop talking about Jada, Will, when she keeps adding fuel to the rumor fire? Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors had a whirlwind start in 2023. Creed 3 hit the screen with thunderous applause. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania marked his villainous debut, and he was getting whispers of snatching awards for Magazine Dreams after its Sundance buzz. But then things took a dramatic turn. Magazine Dreams vanished from the release radar, partly due to allegations against Majors. March brought a storm. Majors got arrested on assault, strangulation, and harassment charges.
Majors was acquitted of 2 other counts of assault and aggravated harassment
after an argument with his girlfriend, Grace Jabari. But wait, there's a twist. Jabari ended up in cuffs too, though she didn't face prosecution, while Majors found himself under fire from multiple fronts. His lawyer is firm on Majors being innocent, waiving video proof and witness accounts. Major lost representation and got replaced in The Man in My Basement. Drama off-screen hits hard. And this just in. At a New York courtroom, the jury dropped a guilty verdict on actor Jonathan Majors for 2 misdemeanor charges of domestic assault against his ex-girlfriend earlier this year. A headline-grabbing case that just reached its finale. And hold on to your superhero capes. Marvel Studios declared Majors out of the MCU. Yup, they slammed the door shut on any future collaborations with him. Looks like his Marvel journey came to a screeching halt faster than a speeding bullet. Colleen Ballinger. Even if Miranda Sings isn't your go-to, you've probably glimpsed Colleen Ballinger's trademark lipstick on some YouTube thumbnail. Beyond the digital realm, she strutted her stuff on TV, Broadway, and even in animated movies. But when did the plot start thickening? Well, it all kicked off with an apology for a 14-year-old video where Ballinger and her sister took on roles as Latinx women, owning up to those characters being steeped in racial stereotypes. Then, June 13th, 2023 turned heads. A TikTok surfaced showing Ballinger in a yoga challenge maneuvering an audience member's legs. The person, Becky, took to TikTok revealing discomfort and feeling violated as a minor on stage.
I was younger and my body was still developing and I was still becoming comfortable with myself, so for her to use my body as entertainment on stage
And if that weren't enough, July 5th, 2023 delivered another twist. A Twitter clip revealed Bollinger as Miranda sings dancing to Beyonce's Single Ladies with dark face paint on. People like Dr. Sholema Shagbamanu didn't mince words, calling out what appeared to be a blatant act of racism. But the drama didn't stop there. More allegations piled up, leading Bollinger to scrap her live shows for the rest of the year. Strumming a ukulele in an apology video won't magically fix this career upheaval. David Cho. David Cho's been all over the map: music, art, journalism, but it was Netflix beef that catapulted him into the limelight. As Isaac, trouble seemed to follow him, and it turns out life imitates art. Cho landed himself in a Japanese prison after a run-in with a guard and had a tango or two with the law in California. But hold on tight, drama alert! An old 2014 video of Cho spewing some unsavory remarks has resurfaced, painting him in a rather questionable light. The clips came from his podcast, Dividasa, where he cracked unsettling jokes about a massage incident and the assault of a masseuse. Well, folks weren't amused. Cho's defense? He insists it's all baloney, but with the renewed attention from the success of Beef, the podcast skeletons came marching out of the closet, dragging Cho through the ringer. The show's execs, Lee Sung-jin, Ali Wong, and Steven Yeun, didn't mince words, slamming Cho's past fabrication as hurtful and disturbing. They made it crystal, no support for that kind of story. The trio told Vanity Fair that, "We do not condone this story in any way, and we understand why this has been so upsetting and triggering. We're aware David has apologized in the past for making up this horrific story, and we've seen him put in the work to get the mental health support he needed over the last decade to better himself and learn from his mistakes." Cho tried to chalk it up as fiction, but the damage was done. His supposed breakout year crumbled quicker than a cookie. Fact or fiction, this roller coaster hitting some crazy twists. Justin Roiland. Here's a wild plot twist. Justin Roiland, the voice behind Rick and Morty, got the boot from the show after facing some serious legal heat. For ages, he was the heart and soul of the series, but in a shocker, it turns out he wasn't heavily involved behind the scenes since season 2. Then came the bombshell, charges of felony domestic abuse in Orange County. Roiland's been hitting back, pleading not guilty and waiting for his day in court. But hold on to your hats, his attorney's firing up, claiming innocence and betting on a case dismissal once the evidence gets the full checkup. But that's not all. Adult Swim and 20th Century Animation threw him out faster than a sidekick in an action flick. They axed him from Solar Opposites and Koala Man. Initially, the case got tossed due to lack of evidence, but fresh allegations kept popping up. Even his pals in the biz like Dan Harmon have distanced themselves. And get this, his shows are doing some casting hopscotch in his absence. Turns out Roiland might not have been as essential behind the curtain as we all thought. Hollywood drama strikes again. Danny Masterson. We thought Danny Masterson was riding high after Stephen Hyde, right? The guy seemed set for a solid career post That 70s Show, coasting on the good vibes from that breakout role. But hold on to your hats, cause here comes the plot twist. In 2017, assault allegations hit Masterson like a ton of bricks, flipping our Stephen Hyde perception to Mr. Hyde real quick. And guess what? It's been a nosedive ever since. He got the boot from Netflix's The Ranch, got the axe from United Talent Agency. Even pals like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis vouched for him, but no dice. But in May 2023, guilty as charged. Then 4 months later, bam, 30 years to life. Parole?
In 2020, he was charged with sexually assaulting 3 women between 2001 and 2003.
Not on the table until 2048, nearly 50 years after Stephen Hyde strutted onto our screens. Talk about a wild ride. This story is like a Hollywood roller coaster with more twists and turns than a 70s sitcom plot. Speaking of the 70s show OG cast, rumors are buzzing that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis might be facing a Hollywood exodus thanks to a Scientology scandal. Insiders spilled the tea on the couple's support for Danny Masterson, their Scientologist buddy who got slapped with a hefty 30-year sentence for assaulting 2 church members. Kutcher and Kunis went all in, writing letters asking for a softer punishment before Masterson's sentencing. But when that failed and their support hit the headlines, and oh boy did that heat turn up. Now it's like Tinseltown's turned its back on them. Industry friends are giving them the cold shoulder, swearing they won't be teaming up with the Kutcher-Kunis duo anytime soon. The plot thickens. Feeling the heat, the Kutchers took to Instagram with an apology video to address the blowback. Check it out. But will it be enough to salvage their Hollywood standing? That's a wrap for today.